Where are we now?
Sony?
Sony.
Are we going to talk about Kamen Rider?
Ramen
Really?
Rider.
Again? Didn't we talk about this
Kamen-
last week, or
Kamen
am I
no,
misremembering?
no. Last week it was on the outline, and you guys skipped over it.
Smart.
Right.
That was an accident.
So I imported the newest Kamen Rider game.
Yeah.
Or what is it called? Oh my gosh, something of Heroes. Heroes with a Z. I don't know. Heroes something.
Japanese heroes.
Japanese Heroes. History of is it History of? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. It's the latest Kamen Rider game because it looked interesting in the videos I saw, and it also looked like something my son would be really into because he loves Power Rangers.
Right.
Uh,
Sure. Same
so-
family.
Yeah, same family of nonsense. It's pretty good. It's good for an action game with that skews young, I would say, because it feels like a real like modern like beat 'em up type of thing. With the combat, and there's definitely a layer of combat there with the dodging and timing and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, Dashiell's able to get like triple S ranks during the battles.
This kid's going to be a esports champion, I feel.
Yeah. So I still have to do some of like the boss battle type stuff because it's a little bit more pattern recognition. But if it's just about going in there and mashing buttons and doing combos and doing cool stuff and switching between the different types of characters,
Right.
it does a nice job. The other thing it does a nice job of is it doesn't penalize you for dying. Like all it does is it's the type of game where you load up into a room, the invisible walls come up, you defeat all the guys, and then the invisible walls go down and you move on.
Okay.
So if you die, you just have to do that room again. It's not like, okay, you're back to the beginning of the level. It's just like you're going to do this room again, but you're going to give you full health. So it doesn't even matter if you came in with little to no health to begin with. So it's complete nonsense story wise, though. I have no idea what's going on. I feel like this is a franchise that's been going on since the 70s, I think, early 70s.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it, and this is my entry point into it.
I mean, I just assume it's a guy on a motorcycle. He's got some belt, and when he pushes the button on the belt, he turns into a superhero. Isn't that it? Basically, it's the same story with all those.
We're
dudes.
about 8 hours in, and the motorcycle just came into play.
Oh boy. Okay.
There's three different ones, but one of the characters has two characters like talking, like it splits in half. Like literally, the person splits in half right down the middle, and it's two different people during some of the moves. They like smash together.
It's a cool move.
It is a cool move.
Yeah. Good. And you save
Also,
money when you go on airplanes because you only need one seat.
Yeah. Also, the toys are really expensive because now he wants the toys, obviously, that go along with these characters.
Oh, those exotic toys.
They're apparently these characters were in a series from like the one that he likes in this video game is in a series from like 2010. So yeah, you're down to trying to find used toys that people have already imported from Japan 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's not. Got to find some other show.
Yep.
With cheaper toys. Although I was looking up some old Mask figures, and you can get a nice Condor for like $40.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
I think I talked about that on the show at some point. Like I sold all of my Mask. Like I pretty much had the entire collection.
You
of
did
Mask
talk about it to Singapore, right?
to like Singapore. Yeah, and they paid absurd prices for them.
In Singapore.
Yeah,
it's so hot there. They've lost their minds. They don't know what they're doing. They're just like, oh, Mask, motorcycle turns into a helicopter. Here's $100.
I can't believe that hasn't come back like as a Netflix show or something at this point.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I feel
Mask,
like we're ready.
You know what? But Mask is such a toy show. I mean, that's like toyetic. That's the very definition of toyetic.
It's not first tier mask. No
yeah,
way.
it's not. And to bring that back without the toys involved wouldn't work.
They can bring the toys back.
They could bring the toys back.
They could bring the toys. I would be thrilled if they brought the toys back.
They make a lot of money if they brought those toys back.
I was in Walmart the other day with Elliot, and they had the He-Mans,
Mhm.
the He-Man and Skeletor. That's it, but they had like 1,000 of them.
Yep.
And I'm like, look, they have He-Man and Skeletors in stock, and he's like, yeah, whatever. No interest at all.
Well,
So,
I mean, how old is Elliot? He's
9,
9. So that's
but he plays with action figures all day.
right. But 9, maybe it was just because the age that I was. Like He-Man.
That's the
was
age
like-
I was, and I had all the He-Man stuff.
No, I was younger when I had the He-Man stuff.
That's
Like,
because you're
as
younger
soon
than
as-
I am.
Yeah, as soon as GI Joe came out, the He-Mans
Yes, G.I. Joe kind of,
He-Mans
yeah.
went to the side.
I have plenty of He-Man toys, and I'm older than you. What does that mean?
Means that you're a nerd.
I know what that means.
I
It means
thought-
it means you're lucky that you get laid.
I mean, I didn't buy them recently.
I know.
I guess, yeah, still holds true. All right,
Yep.
fair enough.
But yes, GI Joe is superior to He-Man. I will.
Well, and also Mask.
argue
Mask
with
is
that.
just like Mask never. How many seasons did Mask last? That's
Oh,
really
I
what-
don't think it lasted more than 1, maybe 2.
The interesting thing, like one of the main characters and vehicles in Mask, they never made into a toy. That one was a weird one. Like you
They
saw it
couldn't
like
engineer it?
weekly. I think it was a licensing issue, maybe,
Oh.
because they were all based around real vehicles.
was
like-
it like a Porsche, or am I making that up?
No, I think it was a Porsche. I think
Okay.
it
That
was.
makes
I think it was
sense.
like a white Porsche.
I had Boulder Hill, and that was badass.
Sure, Boulder Hill was great.
Shit.
Doesn't want a gas station built around a volcano with a
You know
boulder
what? The
falling down?
boulder fell off, and it was pretty cool.
Right, I remember that. I couldn't score that.
Yeah. I also had Eternia, but that's a whole other story.
What?
I had it.
What
I had the
Eternia?
Eternia. I never told the story.
No, that was ridiculously expensive. That
Ready
was
for
like
this?
a $200 playset, I think.
My brother, who was way too old and way too cool, to be honest, to care about these things, was in with his friends, and they popped into a toy store that had it clearanced for $25
Oh my gosh.
in the box. This is like at the very tail end of all of this. And I don't know why he decided, he's like, and he bought it. He had $25 on him. He gave the guy the cash because this is before credit cards existed. And he came home and he brings it into my room and he goes, look what I have. And we both
Wow.
looked at each other because we didn't really have He-Man figures at this point because it was the end of He-Man. I'm like, I guess we set it up. And we just set it, and it sat on my bedroom floor. And I was this point, probably 11 or 12. I wouldn't say way too old, but probably like borderline too old for it.
How was the monorail?
It was awesome.
That
Worked.
I couldn't figure
don't get
out,
me
like-
wrong. It worked, and it was huge.
I remember looking that in like the service merchandise catalog,
Yeah.
and I looked at it and I went, I got like every He-Man thing. I need this. I have no idea what this actually is, and it's super expensive. Like this doesn't look like anything that I recognize from the show.
Yep. No, it was just
But
it was the three
But I
towers.
need this, right? I need this, and I know I will not get it because
It-
it was ridiculously expensive.
It was the 3 towers in the monorail, and it was very tall and it was very large, and it took up too much floor space in my room. And after about a month, my mother was like, "No, this thing's going away."
Did He-Man ever ride a monorail? I don't remember the
No.
episode where he's riding around on a monorail. Maybe
I'll
he
never-
did. Maybe
I think
Chris
it's like
Adam was
one of the
involved.
few times my brother ever did anything super nerdy and for my benefit.
That's nice.
So I'll give him the credit. Shout out.
How rich would you be today if you still had that?
I mean, I guess I could have sold that for a few $100. I don't know. It was used, out of the box.
Right.
But
Let me do a little.
you
shopping
could
on that.
Google it to see how much it could sell for.
But if you're
Yeah.
in the chat, get your CAG bag questions in because it's about that
Monorail.
time.
Monorail.
And Shipwreck's gonna rub it in to Wombat. How much money he blew.
Well,
Yeah,
it
but-
wouldn't have been mine because I wasn't the one who bought it.
And I'm sure you got a lot of enjoyment playing with it.
Oh, did you have it with the box still at least?
I'm sure that box was long gone.
With the box, there's one on here, $3,600.
It's a lot of money.
Without a used one, looks like there's 3 days left. A used one's at $720
Jeez.
without the box. With 3 days,
You know
to
what
get-
though? It would be such a pain in the ass to ship. I don't know.
the shipping, the shipping's really you lucked out not having to ship.
Local purchase only, must pick up.
Right. Oh man. That's I looking at you in a different light now that I know you owned Eternia.
I had an Eternia.
Wow.
Yep.
It's like you told him you had a threesome.
Yeah, I didn't have I never had the
is.
GI Joe aircraft carrier.
The flag?
did-
No.
No.
I had a friend that had that. I knew enough to never ask for that.
How much
It's
was
too
that?
big.
Back in the day, I don't know. It was probably $150 or something.
What was the vehicle, the GI Joe vehicle that had the rocket in the back, the nuclear missile that would you could lift it up and pull that out?
I know what you're talking about. I don't commit stupid vehicle names to memory anymore.
Yeah, no, but that one was gigantic. That was probably that was the largest. That
That
and
was
I
a
had
really
the,
dumb one too. Like, what were you supposed to do with that?
It had a missile. I also had the Raven, the one with the black airplane with the little
I've
plane
got
on the.
that. It's hanging on my wall back in the
Yeah.
other room here. Yeah,
That one, that was a badass
it's
toy.
the SR-71 Blackbird.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That is a good toy.
Yep, I had that.
Nice.
So I got a little bit of GI Joe cred.
Damn, you got He-Man cred, G.I. Joe cred.
Eh.
No mask cred, though.
I had Boulder Hill.
Oh, shit. Did you have the Death Star?
No Death Star.
My friend had the Death Star.
Yeah.
It was all right. Wasn't that great.
Yes, but and again, in all fairness, it's not like my parents went out and bought Eternia the day it came out for $1 billion or whatever they were charging at the time. My brother got it on clearance for $25, so it's.
That's a heck of a clearance.
I know it was. You know what? It was a small store, and it was probably like, we don't have the room for this box anymore.
And also a raccoon pissed on it.
Good enough.